We are a family-owned and operated funeral home where we offer complete personalized funeral services, leading our community in funeral and cremation services. Make an appointment for your pre-need and at-need arrangements by calling us at 702-647-0123. Once again, that number is 702-647-0123. Serenity Funeral Home, caring for your loved ones as if they're our own.
Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Welcome to Let the Ball Bounce. This your host, Dre Bailey. We got Goose Thomas out in Houston for the Live Golf Tournament. He is here with us with his media credential passes out there, man, doing work for Let the Ball Bounce. That's what it do, man. And then we got Bill Blockham Logan in the building, man. That's what it is. LTBB, man, that's what we do. We give you guys the best of sports talk radio every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific Coast time. We are here to give you guys the best of sports talk radio on Facebook and sports talk on YouTube. So please be a subscriber on YouTube at Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk at YouTube, and share with everybody who loves to talk sports, because this is what we do, man. We give you guys the best of sports talk. Also, let the ball bounce at gmail.com. If you want to be a sponsor of the show, please let us know. We have different sponsorship packages ready for those who want to help get their business out there. Also, let the ball bounce on IG and let the ball bounce on Twitter, and that's with 1T. We got the hottest sports talk page on Facebook at Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio. Yeah, man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate all of the followers that continue to show us love and help put this Let the Ball Bounce brand out there. And we really appreciate Goose Thomas out in Houston. How's the weather out there, number one?
It is muddy.
Sweltering.
Muddy.
Yeah.
Muddy, bro.
Yeah.
Super muddy, bro.
I like it.
Yes, man. But we're here, though. It
Yeah.
don't matter, man. We're here. We're here to bring you the best in sports talk, man. Rain, sleet, hail, or snow, or 90% humidity. It doesn't matter. We're here to bring it to you.
Boy, that's rough. Just like it was rough
Yeah,
last night with my Yankees playing against the Dodgers. I think they finished in the 11th inning. The Dodgers won, what was it, 2-0.
2-1.
2-1. Yeah, we actually scored one.
2-1.
Yeah, 2-1. It was a good game. Bill Logan was at home watching the entire game, and I was at home watching the game also. And so we were on the phone talking trash to each other, and then, you know, we had to get off the phone to talk more trash to the actual teams that was playing. He actually called it. He's like, do not let the Yankees big bats come back up. And we'll start with baseball, but don't let the Yankees big bats come back up to have a chance to score. And I was like, man, they're not going to do nothing. And they actually scored a run. And then it came down to Giancarlo Stanton, who I've raved about this year, and he got caught ball watching. It's just tragic, man. It's tragic.
It happens. It happens to the best of them, man.
Yeah.
It does, bro. It does. He's having a phenomenal year, though, man. Can't take nothing away from him, man. He's a big reason why the Yankees are successful right now.
Okay, well, we want to see him. Yeah, it's still early, but we want to see him hone in on being able to step up in close games that count. And so, you know, all of the participation trophies during the regular season, they're all fine. But come playoffs and come games that really matter, this is where we want to see Carlos Stanton, you know, really show who he is. So,
I told you I didn't trust that 2-0 lead.
No, you didn't.
I was like, I don't trust that 2-0 lead, man.
Look, Bill on the phone, he kept saying, come on, man, we need to get two more points. I'm like, stop being greedy. You already got two.
Man, anybody that watches these high-powered offenses, man. I mean, you can name a plethora of teams, man, that had these high-powered offenses, man. But the Yankees, Dodgers, my Braves to an extent, and a couple other teams, man, have really, really strong lineups 1 through 9, and 2 runs generally doesn't cut it.
Yeah.
When you're talking about teams like that, but it did last night for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They had Rizzo, the bottom of the 11. They had Rizzo, Judge, and Stanton.
Oh, wait.
I was like, oh Lord. And then I think Rizzo got on. I think Rizzo got on base, but then they had a pinch runner come in.
Yep.
Judge knocked him in 2-1.
Yep.
I was like, oh.
And then Stanton came in and stared all 3 of his strikes down.
Yikes.
Like he was doing a staring contest. How are the Braves doing? How's Smokes doing over there with the Braves?
You crazy for that, bro. Look, while you playing, I wish we had them right now, to be honest with you, man. Our rotation is suffering right now, man. Injuries. Sale got knocked around a couple of starts ago. I wish we had John Smoltz right now, to be honest with you. But everybody know, man, it's a grind, man. It's all about matchups. We talk about matchups in basketball, but it's about matchups on the baseball diamond as well, man. And we got the Nationals. This series, I think they're actually up 3-0 right now, man. We're struggling right now in that lineup, man. We just can't put together a solid. We can't put together a solid game right now where everybody's on the same page at the dish. It's spotty right now for us. Right. To be honest with you.
Well, I mean, we still got a lot of baseball left. A lot of baseball.
Tons.
And I just got a call from Dave the other day, and he was like, man, we ain't hung out in a while. I got so many frequent flyer miles. I'm finna get you and Shake a ticket, man, to come out here to San Francisco so we can watch the Giants against the Marlins. He's like, it's a crappy game, but it's a game. And so we going to the Giants Marlins game in August, late August, and so we're gonna get that popping, man. So
absolutely good weather in the Bay at that time too.
Ooh-wee. Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Sorry.
So while we have you on the phone, man, out in Houston, number one, how's the greens out there? Because I know you got a chance to play.
Yes, sir, man. Played 2 rounds, Thursday and Friday. Very, very receptive greens out here in Houston, Texas. I don't know if it's the thickness of the air, but every time on approach shots, my golf ball was biting. Like usually I get roll out, but the greens were biting this week, man. So I was actually happy to see that.
Yeah.
So,
that's what's up, man. I wish I need to go golfing, but my tee time, it needs to be around 5:45, 6 in the morning, right before that sun come up.
Oh yeah, summertime. That's the tee times for the summer, baby.
Yes.
I'm 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'm with that. So maybe when you get back, we could do a real early tee time on a Sunday or something. And let me go ahead and get my bottle of Basil Hayden ready.
Hey, get bourbon right there, bro.
Yeah, man. Or slide me a nice little flask. So who have you been able to get a chance to see while you're out there, and what's the atmosphere surrounding this golf tournament?
Look, man, I've gotten a chance to see Bush Koepka, obviously, man, Harold Warner III, who's the only African-American player on this tour. His extension, just a load of guys, man. Matt Wolf, oh God, man, Dustin Johnson, just tons of guys out here, man. It's a great atmosphere. it's actually, this is the third year of the Live Golf League, and this year, this tournament is the most I've seen out of the 3 times that I've been able to cover Live Golf. This is the first time I've seen it like this crazy packed. Like yesterday, generally on Fridays of the tournament, it's not too crazy, packed like that. But yesterday it was insane, and it's even crazier today.
Yeah,
it's wild out here, man. Absolutely. I wish you guys could see it, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. A lot of people in attendance and things like that. A lot of kids. There's a lot of kids out there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I think that's the thing, man. Us growing up the way we grew up and where we grew up, we weren't, fortunate or privy enough to be, to get involved in the country clubs or get involved in the sport of golf as a whole. And I wish we would have. I wish it was available to us like it's available to the kids now.
Right.
You see the kids running around enjoying themselves. They know the players. They know what it is they're looking at, and just to see the joy on their faces, man, it's unbelievable.
Nice. I need you to go ahead and get me one of them nice little memorabilia pack of Live balls, golf balls out there.
I got you.
No homo.
I got you, bro. No
Diddy.
Absolutely, man. I got y'all,
sad.
Bro.
So sad.
I got you.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. How much is it actually is there a lot of money on the line right now? Because I know with this Live golf tournament and getting these golfers over to play in the Live tournament, that the money is just ridiculous.
Look, the money is insane. For those that follow the journey of Live Golf from its inception, as I did, Phil Mickelson was the first one to actually make the move from the PGA Tour to come over. And if I'm not mistaken, the number was $250 million for him to come over. You had Bryson DeChambeau shortly after that. You had Brooks Koepka, and of course, Cam Smith and John Rahm made the move as well. Dustin Johnson, names like that. These guys were offered well north of $100 million to make the switch over to Live Golf.
Yikes.
And it's paid dividends, no pun intended, to not only them, but the fans of the sport as a whole.
Man, that is a lot of money. If you're able to come across a little bit of that money, go ahead and Zelle me a couple hundred.
No question about it. No question.
Man, that is.
Yes,
I think that's pretty dope, man. For all of our listeners and our followers right now who have just joined, we have Goose Thomas out in Houston at the Live Golf Tournament, while Bill Logan and I are here in Las Vegas in the studio. Switching gears a little bit from golf, we're going to go right to boxing a little bit. We saw Adrian Broner pretty much just get demolished in that fight. And I know you are a huge boxing person also. Is this the end of Adrian Broner, or has it been the end of Adrian Broner? Because, he runs his mouth a lot more than his product, in that, that boxing ring. And he said some things also in his press conference that was, it's kind of bone chilling, man, to say, hey, I got bodies and, they ain't never found them. And, my guys got these are the same things that Young Thug is been held in jail for saying certain things, or, how do you feel about that whole situation and Adrian Broner, just period, as a boxer moving forward?
Well, it's been over for Adrian Broner. I've said this time and time again. It's been over for him. No, seriously, because
tragic.
As talented as he was when we first saw him, you could tell he did not take the craft seriously at all. He was really going off raw natural talent. And now to summarily dismiss him and say that he didn't work, I'm not gonna go there. But everybody knows that in any professional sport, if you reaching a sport on a professional level, that's when the work really starts. And I think he followed Floyd's life too much instead of his work ethic. And I think that was the beginning of his demise from there.
Wow. Technically, if you're an investigator or a work for the DA, you could pull Adrian Broner to the side and say, "Hey, man, why don't you elaborate a little bit more on these bodies that you were talking about?" What?
Yeah. Oh, that can happen. Like
because he may have had something to do with Jimmy Hoffa. I mean, we don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what bodies are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, that's what I really want to know.
And stick to boxing.
Man, stick to boxing, man. To your point, that's the same thing that Young Thug and his whole entire crew is being under watch for right now.
Yeah,
that's it. For naming names of people that came up missing or came up dead, you're naming these names. So it's something that you know, or you know somebody that know it. You're putting yourself into that. Why would you do that? To sell a record?
Come on, bro.
Come on now. That's insane. But here we are.
How you feel, Bill? How you feel? Bill's fed up.
I'm over it, bro.
I was surprised when I heard last week that he was fighting. I was like, fighting who? Who is he fighting?
He didn't look like he was in good shape either.
I thought he was done. So he came back to get a couple $1,000 for.
Speaking of money,
the embarrassment that he faced,
and got mollywopped.
It's tragic.
Got demolished.
That's tragic. And he didn't even look like he was in good shape. It was terrible. I didn't watch the fight. I'm glad I didn't. But I saw a lot of recaps from the fight, and he just didn't look sharp. He's not the Adrian Broner, like you said, he was when he first started. He's not. He's been in and out of the court system, and the way that he was pleading to the judge last time he was in court, you would think that he would never say anything to incriminate himself on anything else to be back in front of the judge. That just makes no sense to me.
Right.
Makes no sense.
Right. I agree.
Well, speaking of money, also, Devin Haney and Garcia haven't received any money from their fight yet.
That's crazy.
Boxing as a whole, I don't know. Boxing as a whole, and then you got Deontay Wilder that just went out there and he got whooped also. Do we see boxing as a whole diminishing? Is it still a good product like it was?
I'm not going to fully go there, Dre, but I think you have somewhat of a point when you talk about the product itself as a whole. I think you have a point. We're starting to see somebody like an Anthony Joshua kind of make a reascension, if I could use that term. He's put his name back into the heavyweight conversation. The junior welterweight and welterweight divisions are still prominent. You still got names up there that are fighting for straps. But to your point about the product as a whole, that fight last night, along with the Deontay Wilder fight, were not good looks for the sport.
No,
they just weren't. And again, I said this 3 fights ago for Deontay Wilder that it was on the decline for him.
He need to work on them legs.
Look, not only that, you need to work on boxing as a whole. He can't box. He simply cannot box. Now, to make it to that level, I'm not diminishing him. By no stretch am I diminishing him. So People out there listening, please don't take this as a slight to him as an athlete and what he's been able to do. Because he was, what was he, 38, 40-0 and had knocked out 36 people. I mean, you got to be able to do something to do that. But on the flip side, when you get in front of someone that can actually box, that you can't knock out, that's when you start to get exposed. Yeah. And we saw that from Deontay Wilder some time ago. He really did.
I'm just looking at boxing as a whole and as a product, and I'm just like, what? Yeah. Where are we going? Where are we going? You know, where are we going?
Well, you look at it, the lighter weight divisions are the most exciting right now.
Yeah.
And so I don't think we just need to get those fights to happen. Mm-hmm. We need to get those fights to start materializing so we can have boxing resurgence again.
Right.
But you know, I wouldn't say it's kind of fading away. The promoters need to get to work.
And that's exactly what I was going to say also. Are we missing those promoters like the Don Kings and all of those promoters back in the day where they used to just, you know, constantly do whatever they could to promote these fights, whether it was, you know, cause negative or positive, you know, drama around the fight itself? Are we missing that? Because, you know, I'm finding also a lot of boxing fans that have been watching boxing way long before me. They're not even interested. They don't even know who's boxing anymore.
I'll tell you this. Nobody's missing Don King. Not a soul. Nobody misses Don. No. We'll start there. Nobody misses that crook. He was a crook, bro. Now, to your point about him, he did make the fights. He made things happen. Kudos. But nobody's missing him. Not at all.
Yeah. Wow.
And now these fighters are having the power to promote their own fights, which is really beneficial for them in the long run.
Right.
So they just need to get those fights to happen, especially in the lower divisions where we want to see a lot of those lower division matchups against another guy. We want to see those.
Right.
And they need to make those happen. You
right.
know? So boxing can stay at the forefront like it should be. The heavyweight divisions and all that stuff,
it's kind of iffy.
Yeah, like I mentioned, the heavyweight division is starting to make a resurgence. Again, with a lot of guys coming up. Like I said, Anthony Joshua was at one point, his name was out of the fold completely.
Right.
And now with his most recent victory, he's back in the discussion for the best in the division.
Right.
He's in the discussion.
Which he should have won that fight.
So
let's call it what it is. He should have won that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. He's fighting a dude who had one boxing match.
Sure.
You know, he should have won that fight.
Yeah.
He really didn't fight anybody of any substance to me. You know, put him in there with somebody with some that can actually fight, a fighter, a heavyweight contender. And let's see what he does then. But Francis Ngannou was not, to me, I wasn't impressed. If you ask me, I wasn't impressed. Should have beat him.
Yeah, he should have won.
We should put the notion to bed that MMA guys can come to boxing and all of a sudden make a spark. Like Francis Ngannou is a name. He's a huge name in just the world of combat sports as a whole. But we got to understand that when you're only able to use these two things right here, you can't use anything else. The game switches at that point.
You better become a pro at it. How about that?
You got to become a pro at it.
It's different.
Yeah, I'm actually pleased with what I've seen from him skill wise though. He's actually pretty decent for a guy that only has 2 fights.
Yeah,
okay.
and it's hard to make that transition. You know, from MMA to boxing, it's hard to make that transition because now you have to, like you said, like Goose said, you have to use, you know, your fists only. And that's why I couldn't do boxing because, you know, I'm going, you know, I got to go for like a little chokehold or a little leg sweep, a little full Nelson, like some of our followers have been put in by me. and and those are facts, well documented facts. Not gonna say no names, but you know.
Oh,
It is
God.
what it is.
That's a full Nelson, though, bro.
The full Nelson,
Oh, my God,
dog.
that's terrible. That's
Yeah,
terrible.
for
gotta be embarrassing.
probably for over an hour for sure.
That's
Being held
embarrassing. That's
in a
embarrassing.
nice full Nelson is, out in front of in Long Beach. We'll have Twix on the show. We'll have him talk about it. And big ups, man. We want to make sure that people who are listening here in Vegas do support your local, people who are going for whether it be Senate or just Congress or just any seat here in Las Vegas. And Robert Twix, Taylor, go ahead and get your vote on for him and my friend Tamika Henry. That's my girl. I talked to her yesterday. Yeah, and condolences.
Absolutely, Tamika Henry, shout out, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Twix, man. All of these people that are prominent figures in our community. Please get out and vote.
Yeah,
If they're in
I want to have
award or whatever.
I want to have Tamika and Twix come on the show. Maybe if we can have both of them on the show at the same time, that'd be pretty good. Because I do want to bring some things up with Twix, so that we can talk about also, man. Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio, man. Your guy Dre Bailey. We got Goose out in Houston at the Live Golf Tournament, and we got Bill Blockham Logan in the studios. Big ups to our executive producer of music here in the show, Quan59, and our producer, one of our producers of music here, Speak Low, out in St. Louis. Hopefully nobody steals his name.
Swagger jacking, man. Stop the swagger jacking, man. Stealing beats is not cool.
Nah, it's not cool,
That's nasty
man.
work.
Yeah,
It's
man.
unbecoming.
Yeah, and big ups to the producers of the show, myself, Goose, and Bill Logan, and executive producer of the show, out with our Laker insider, Shake DeVille, out in Long Beach. Speaking of, we're going to switch topics again, going right to the WNBA. The 2024 Paris Olympics women's basketball roster has been announced or put out there, and so I'm going to start naming some names. Let me know if you think that they got it right, or if you think that they maybe left maybe the Great White Hope off, and maybe if she should be on the team. I don't know. We could have that discussion about the Great White Hope a little, sometime during this. But we have Asia Wilson. We have Brianna Stewart.
Lock.
Kelsey Plum.
Lock.
We got Sabrina Ionescu.
Lock.
Okay.
Lock.
Brittany Griner.
I'll leave that up for discussion.
Yeah, because I haven't heard from Brittany Griner this year. I haven't seen any highlights. Maybe because everything's
I'll leave
been
that up
on.
for discussion.
Yeah. Jewel Lloyd.
Lock. She put
Diana.
hands on the aces the other night. She put hands on the aces the other night.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Diana Taurasi, 41.
I think she's a lock based on her history.
She's just balling this year though too.
You gotta give it to her. I don't care how old she is. She needs a spot.
Yeah. Chelsea Gray.
She's hurt right now, but I get it.
What's that? Nafisa Collier that plays for the
Collier, lock.
Lynx.
Lock.
She's a lock.
Lock.
Alyssa Thomas.
Lock. She's a defensive anchor.
Yeah.
You gotta have her.
Kalia Cooper.
Yeah.
And Jackie Young.
Absolutely.
Do you
That's
think-
another defensive anchor.
Do you think that they left anybody out, or do you think they're
No.
if Chelsea Gray isn't able to participate because of injury, which hopefully she can heal from this injury, and there's a roster spot open, is there a name that you could maybe put in there?
I'd go DeWanna Bonner. I wouldn't have no problem putting DeWanna Bonner on that roster
Yeah.
at all. And there's probably some other names that would probably go before her.
Caitlin Clark?
No. Why?
I mean, because she's box office.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Quan,
She'll have her time in another 4 years.
Quan
She'll
looked
get it
like
in another 4 years.
Quan looked like he get a little upset because he didn't see that name on that list. I'm just messing with you, Quan.
No, my girl Kelsey Plum is there.
LA.
That's my girl.
Yeah,
Kelsey Plum.
Kelsey Plum.
Yeah.
But none of these rookies were going to be on because they were still in during training camp for the Olympics.
Yeah,
they were still in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was initially on. Her name was initially on there as an alternate, wasn't it?
Well, they had about 20 other players in the pod.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the men's do, where they have a whole bunch of players in the pod. And then.
Right.
So this is that's the final 12.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like so far. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have issue with Brittany Griner being on there. You know,
I mean, does she want to travel? Do they trust her coming back with the team?
Yeah,
is she gonna bring weed or no?
I mean, is she a liability? I mean, are we even allowed to even talk about women's sports? I'm just, you know, I want to be hands. I don't know if
question in and of itself, sir.
Because right now
I've been hearing some dumb stuff in regards to that.
Yeah, because right now
that don't sit well, bro.
No, because right now it seems like men are being crucified for being able to talk about women's sports. Why is that when we have women talking about men's sports?
Well, because
I want to ask y'all something.
Well,
when Bill's done.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bill.
Well, to me, it's because they made this narrative that we weren't talking about it before. This final draft, this last draft, Caitlin Clark, and all that. And to some extent, they might have a as to, you know, to some extent they might have a point. But it's sports. They're at the forefront. So it's just women playing basketball. Yes, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Like that there.
Like that there. And that's that.
Like that there. Absolutely.
And these chicks being mad still don't watch the games or go to the games, but they're mad at you for talking about it.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, since there have been studies done, men are the higher consumers of the WNBA, right? Since its inception. Why are we not allowed to talk about it? And we consume it the most. What sense does that make?
That makes no sense.
If men consume the game the most, how the hell are we not allowed to talk about it?
It's tragic to me. I mean, you got
That's
this.
insane.
Yeah, you got this whole, men against women thing going on now. I mean, you got men out here who say that they don't want to be with women no more, and then you got women who say men are the devil or they're evil, and it's just where I just don't understand.
Well, to me, you know what it is. You get criticism in sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men have been getting criticized forever in sports.
And still do.
So are you trying to tell me or trying to tell us that now that the women are on the forefront, we can't talk about them in the same way? Yes, we can.
That's crazy.
Yes, we can.
That's crazy. It's nonsense.
And quit feeding me this thing about the WNBA is just physical league.
I watched the game for 6 minutes and didn't see not one layup made. Just a lot of running, cardio. I can see that at LVAC.
Look, it was brutal last night. And the Aces missed a lot of those layups.
But they want millions. You know what?
Look, Goose.
Wait till Juju get it.
We can't talk about it though, Bill. We can't talk about it though, Bill. We can't talk about it.
Goose, basketball has a physical aspect to it, right?
Absolutely.
It's nothing different than the men's game.
No.
Nothing different.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all.
Look, I seen a video the other
all.
day.
It's just women playing it,
Yeah.
and men aren't.
Yeah. I seen a video the other day of someone asking a group of women, if you were trapped in the woods and you had a choice to choose to be in the woods with a bear or a man, they chose the bear.
Cool.
Maybe because they think it's the dancing bear, but I don't.
Yogi Bear.
Yogi
Winnie
Bear,
the Pooh.
Bear Bryant. I mean, what?
Yo, boo boo.
What are we talking about
It's
here,
just
bro?
what is going on in the world. I don't understand it.
Man,
Come on, man. We got a caller. This is Let the Ball Bounce. Sports Talk. What's your name? What's your question?
This is young Damien, long time listener, first time caller.
What up with it,
what's
man?
good with it, Dang?
What's up with it?
I'm actually watching y'all right now.
Bruh, I know you
Man,
want to.
always,
I know you want to chime in. Go ahead, man. Go ahead and let us know what's on your mind.
It's good content because I can talk instead of just leaving a comment.
Right.
That's right.
So back to the USA team.
Right.
You know, people who actually watch the game can understand the makeup of the roster.
Right.
Clark would be a liability. She's already proved she can't secure the ball. She's a turnover machine.
Yep.
I think this is Diana Taurasi's last hurrah.
Yep.
She's been on every USA roster since she came in the league.
Yikes.
Let her lead one more time, and in 4 years, let Clark have Paige, Juju, Brink, and all the rest of the girls coming up, because the old guard is going to leave.
Yep.
This new talent is coming in.
Yes, sir.
Let her have the new talent.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it makes sense. Let these girls, because this talent, like you said, Goose, every woman that was named has been a lot.
Yep.
You can't argue.
Yep. Yep.
And
Can't argue.
then, like you said, on Wednesday, it's a lot of new booties watching the WNBA.
Yep.
They haven't been watching. There's talent there. And a lot of people want to make it seem like you're supposed to just come in and you're just supposed to get everything. She's entitled to everything that the WNBA has. No, you have to earn it.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with earning it. But
And you know what, Dame?
understand-
And you know what, Dame? I think Caitlin Clark understands that. She's not really she don't really make any waves or anything about the fouls or anything like that. She understands.
It's her fans that are delusional.
Yeah.
Her fans
fans.
are delusional, thinking that this girl can come in and be what she was in college. You have to earn anything in life. Period. Especially on a professional level like that. You're not going to just be. It's not going to be handed to you. So, Dame, you're spot on when you say that.
Spot on, bro. Spot on. Absolutely.
So, that's what's up, man. Dame, we appreciate the
if
call.
she-
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, one last point. Like, so, but she also needs to keep that talent going for the next 3-4 years.
Right.
So she has to improve her skill set too, because we know what's coming next year and the year after that.
Boy.
Yep.
And
So
Paige Beckers.
people
Paige
forget,
Beckers is
people
coming.
forget that. People forget Fuwali's coming out as a point guard.
yes.
So and Paige and Azzy.
Hannah's coming. Hannah's coming too. Oh, it's gonna be a wave, man.
It's gonna be a wave. I think it's a good wave though too, because you know when we're
it's a great
watching women's basketball, every year there's always like that one or two, maybe three players that come in and make instant impacts to their team, right? And I'm not gonna say that Caitlin Clark is not making an impact to her team. Yes, she is. She's making an impact for her team. But this new wave that's coming in, when you got Juju, you got Paige, you got like 5, 6, 7 coming in.
Yep.
You know, and it's only going to get better for the women's game, in my opinion. And like Dame said, and he alluded to, let her hone in on her skill set. Let her get better defensively. Let her get better with handling the rock, less turnovers, being able to get your shot without having 50, 60 people setting screens for you. You know, and that's she's gonna get better. She's gonna get better. It's just her fans have created so much pressure for her to come in as a rookie and do all of these things that she did in college. And I think she's doing a great job with staying humble and staying in honing in a place where
in the international game,
right,
so they can continue to win gold medals.
Yeah. So, Dave, man, we appreciate the phone call, G. You know, we let the ball bounce. We're gonna continue to talk about it. And if you are a new booty to let the ball bounce, you thinking that this is our first time talking about women's sports, man, we've been talking about women's sports since the inception of let the ball bounce. So I don't want to hear about it. We don't, you know, it's all of those false
and they're
narratives.
Gonna get criticized when
and
it's
they're gonna get anybody that plays sports gonna get criticized.
Yes.
Period. Even the transgenders out there running track against real women. These little boys and stuff, men out there running. Come on, man, they gonna get criticized too. Yeah. And that's that. Let the ball bounce. Sports Talk Radio, man. Your guy, Dre Bailey. We got Goose Thomas once again out in Houston at the Live Golf Tournament, and we got Bill Blockham Logan in the building. Going right into the WNBA. I mean, not WNBA, but the NBA Finals. The Boston Celtics just ran all the way through Boston, and they're halfway to Dallas right now, the way that they put a whooping on the Dallas Mavericks. Do the Dallas Mavericks have a chance? I know they're there.
Sure they do.
Right?
Sure they do.
Everybody, you know, they're there for a reason. But what are some things that you saw in that game that maybe Dallas needs to do in order to make this a competitive series?
Well, to me, they need more bench help, like they had in the previous series. I don't know if it's the team that they're playing against, but they got a chance. I don't see Boston running away with this thing in a sweep. You know, I think Dallas is going to be formidable. I picked Boston to win it all, so they're on course to do that.
Right.
You know, but
and
I think
I'm ordering you a jersey too.
I don't need no jersey.
You don't need no Boston jersey,
bro. Don't need no jersey, bro.
Because you know it's being said, and it's all on the internet too, that the Lakers are going for Boston or not Boston. A lot of Laker fans are going for Dallas to win because they don't want to see Boston win. But we have a Laker fan in here that's actually going for, you know, not going for, but wanting Tatum to get his little ring. And then we have a lot of, people talking trash about Tatum too, saying he's being double teamed. He's not even the best player on their team right now. Like, what is going on with that?
I don't pay attention to any of that stuff, man. If you watch the game of basketball, man, and you take it in as we all do right here on this show, we know what Jason Tatum brings to the table. We talked about it, time and time again. They've had the squads and come up short. I think Drew Holiday and the emergence of Derek White as a scorer has really propelled this Boston Celtics team over the top. And what I gathered from game one is that there is no answer for Kristaps Porzingis at all.
At least at home.
Ball in the mid post, it is hurting. At least at home. He catch the ball in the mid post, and nobody can guard that man. I think he hit like 7 or 8 straight from the exact same spot.
Yep.
In that game, I'm watching this in amazement, bro. Like, what is going on here? And it's funny because they have the in their front court. I'm talking about Dallas. They have the link with Gafford and Lively, but it seems as though the link doesn't even matter when Kristaps Porzingis gets the basketball.
Yeah.
I'm not understanding it, but right now he's the matchup issue as we speak right now. And if Dallas doesn't find a remedy for him, they might get swept.
You know, I never thought that I would see Kristaps play the way that he played in the playoffs, like he played in the first game. Number one, he's not hurt,
Right.
which is I'm amazed that he's healthy. But he is the X factor. If he continues to play like that, that it's cancel Christmas for Dallas. At least if he continues to play like this at home.
Is it cancel Christmas or good night, Irene?
Both. You know, and I think that Dallas I think Kyrie Irving needs to I think he needs to play better. I'm not saying that he's not. He didn't have a good game one. And I think that Luka is being exposed defensively, where Minnesota let him off the hook for not having to play much defense on the guy that was guarding him. He has to play defense in this Boston series. You know, at least stay in front of your man. I mean, I understand you want to go out and score all the points, but you need Kyrie and you need a little bit more defense and, like I said, your role players. But we all know how role players play on the road. They're spotty. Role players for Dallas need to play well at home. So we're going to see.
Where is Tim Hardaway Jr. at?
On the bench.
He's not getting no burn?
No, he ain't getting no burn.
Wow.
No.
And he ain't been getting burned all season like that.
They're going to have to guard.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no room for him.
Yeah. So who are you guys going with? Who are you guys going with in this second game? They play tomorrow. Who are you guys going to go with?
Yeah. So they show me something different. I got to stick with Boston here.
Yeah.
I got to be shown something different by Dallas. If they don't show me nothing different, I can't go with them. I can't.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Boston also, and I don't necessarily think that you need Tatum to go out and score 30, 40 points. If they are winning and beating Boston like this without Tatum, you know, scoring that many points, that's fine. The object is to win, not to showcase one dude scoring all the points. If we can get a good team win, everybody is, you know, pretty equal on points, I'm fine with that. And I think
it'll be good for him and his, you know, little playoff and finals legacy for him to have a real breakout game.
And I think it may be next game.
You know, and it could be next game.
It could be next game. He's hearing some of the noise that's being talked about. Just like
he had a solid game.
Yeah, he had a solid game. Yeah. Just like you know, sticking with basketball. Just like the Laker fans are hearing a lot of noise. They heard a lot of noise that J.J. Redick was going to be the coach, and then that they were leaning towards Sam Cassell, and then you know, some other people were named, and so now Hurley over at UConn is being at least talked about, and a long-term deal worth over $100 million. And I think, in my opinion, if these rumors are true, I think that's a good look for the Lakers moving forward, even past LeBron James. I think this would be a good coach for them to actually solidify having a coach that's there longer than 2 damn years to help, you know, continue the legacy of what the Lakers going. That's just my opinion, though, as a hoop fan. Laker fans like Goose and Bill and Quan, how are you guys feeling that this is that this look is towards Hurley?
Well, for me, I would be open for that more than JJ Redick. Now, you do have some veteran coaches out there that would probably, you know, be a good look as well. But, you know, you can't go wrong with a Dan Hurley. You know, he's young. He's played the game. He knows the game. You know, his father was a coach. His brother was a coach. They all played. So that right there will be a good look. more than JJ Redick. I'm sorry for those JJ Redick fans. And
yeah, that was reported by one of the I want to say ESPN reports, but Woj came out with the Hurley and said that JJ Redick was never an option. It's always been someone else. I just think that this Hurley, I mean, you have a lot of Hurley fans too that say he shouldn't leave UConn.
I mean, he's built something there, and would I be mad if he stayed? No, I wouldn't be mad, and I don't think the UConn faithful would be upset if he stayed either.
Right.
But I would like him as the Laker head coach. I wouldn't mind it at all. But I'm more on the side with Bill here. I'm not feeling that JJ Redick look.
Yep.
I'm not. Stick to podcasting, stick to calling games. He has a great basketball mind. I'm not dismissing him, but to come right in as a head coach and you bypassing somebody like a Sam Cassell and other guys in the system for years, that I just don't feel that's special.
Right. Well, I mean, it's out there, and if Lakers are trying to, solidify someone after the LeBron James era, I don't think that would be a bad look with hiring Hurley, in my opinion. Quan, would you?
And Hurley signed a 6-year, $32 million with UConn, and Lakers are offering him over $100 million. So they're trying to make it to where, like, if you're even thinking about coming here, we're going to make it worth the money to make that jump. Yeah. And I think with the way college is set up right now, it wouldn't be a bad look to make that jump to the NBA, because we don't know what college basketball and college sports is going to look like in the next 5 years. Mm-hmm. And it's changing a lot with the NIL and everything going on. So, I mean, I think it's a great look. Lakers need a big-name coach, and we haven't had one since Phil Jackson. We keep getting these dudes that are okay. Darvin Ham, assistant coach. Vogel got fired from a couple teams before that. So I think Lakers need a big-name coach. I think they just thrive off a big-name coach. We haven't done anything with the coach that's not a big name.
Right. And I just think Lakers need to stick to a coach and give him a chance to implement his system and put things in place.
And I think when you pay a coach $100 million, you're saying that you are here and we're not firing you.
Yeah. I think that would be, a good look. Yeah. So we'll see. Lakers are still, looking for a head coach, and a lot of people think that the Lakers' job isn't too attractive for a head coach, and that there's not many head coaches that are available or are willing to put their basketball minds on the line for a year or two. So I'm hearing some noise that KD is not happy in Phoenix. Is that a surprise, or
what's new? What's new, man? You always disappointed when you go somewhere.
I mean,
really nothing new to me.
I mean, do we know the context of why he's mad?
No, don't know why.
Because if you look at the context, for them to put Devin Booker at the point guard position, I would be questioning some stuff too. That did not turn out well. When they could have went out and got a serviceable point guard from somewhere, But you put Devin Booker at the point guard position, take his scoring away essentially.
I mean, who else were they going to put at point guard? They traded all of their assets to get KD. They traded absolutely everyone and then cut their point guard who initially signed with the Milwaukee Bucks, but they gotta make some moves, man.
I mean, that experiment didn't work.
No, it didn't work.
So
I think
mean
the
that
X
might be the
factor is-
context of why he's saying why he's not why he's upset.
I mean, but you're part of the reason why the Suns don't have a team or a bench, because they traded it all to get you. And so there's not really much the Suns can do. I think they made a bad move in going and grabbing Beal. I thought that KD and Booker was enough, and then you could build around those two. But you go out and get Bradley Beal, who is still a serviceable guy, but he's not going to be that Bradley Beal that he was over in Washington. He's just not.
And what kind of Bradley Beal was that?